Finally, let's look at an example when I have two different preset managers and I want to control things independently. As I hinted in the previous video, there's two ways of doing it. One will be to point to a location here where to search in case I move things around. But the other one, which is better if you're not planning really to move things around, but you really want to have them associated from the get-go to one specific preset manager, is to use the options tracking tag. I'm going to leave this one, tracking tag TDMorph path, but for the second one, before I even map anything, that is important, before you map anything, I'm going to set it to something else. My new tag, for example. I'm going to make it read-only again so I don't mess it around. And now I can independently map these two things. Okay, let's begin with the first one. I'm going to make my editor, as you know, drag and drop. Now that is mapped there. I open my second one, editor, drag and drop. Now that is mapped there. To check, I'm going to see what tags this has. This has my new tag, and this one has my new tag. And this one has the default tags TDMorph path. So now what I'm going to do, let's store some presets here. Store one preset. Let's move something around. Store another preset. And here, let's do the same. Maybe let's do something like 1, 12, and store. Okay, so this one, if I moved something to another location, for example, here, I'm going to make a container again, and I'm going to move these two, and I leave this one over here, I can, in this case, leave both of my preset managers looking at the whole network, because each one of them is going to be looking for different tags, and there will be no conflicts. So if I'm going to do update on this one, it's going to only look for the tag associated with it. And this one has remained intact, because it has a different tag. So if I set something here, well, I only had one preset. Let's store another one. Okay, it's 0. Then nothing happens. They have no interference whatsoever, even though they are both looking at the whole network. So as you see, there is different ways that you can achieve similar things. The tracking tag is very useful if you're mapping for the first time. So before you map anything, you need to set it to what you want. And the option to search in is useful if you already have mapped some things, but you don't want conflicts nonetheless, and you can point specifically to certain locations to look for things, as we have done in this example and in the past example. Okay, that is an overview of everything that the preset manager can do. Theoretically, you can have many preset managers. That is not an issue, but I recommend you to not have too many, because if you have less and you are more organized with your networks, that is always a good sign. And try to structure your containers and your parameters in such a way that you can address them with a preset manager in this form without having too much hassle. Have a look at the other nodes, namely the parameter morpher and the scene launcher, if you're interested on more advanced settings and more intuitive setups. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my work and want to support future projects and access to all my tools, please consider subscribing on Patreon. It really helps keep creation and research going. You can also connect with me through my website, Instagram, or just drop me an email. I would love to hear from you. All links are in the description below. See you next time.